Welcome back to a Monday morning with a difference. Usually I do a what's sold over the weekend and just obviously stand in the room and show you the things that I've sold. But I'm going to do it a bit different. I'm going to see how it goes. I just feel like them sort of videos are boring. Yes, people want to see what you sold and how much for, but I just feel like I don't enjoy doing it. They're just boring. I don't even like watching other people do it, you know. So what I've decided to do is actually go out around some charity shops and then throughout the video talk about the sales I've had over the weekend. So you're going to get a bit of me going around charity shops and see if I can find anything good, and also you're going to find out what I sold over the weekend. This weekend I have had a absolutely cracking weekend when it comes to selling items that I've just listed within 24 hours. Literally put them on and they sold within 24 hours. And I've had some really nice sales. Well, some stuff was in the shed. So if you watched the video of me cleaning out the shed, a few of the items from that video have already sold, but there is one massive whopping sale that only cost me £1.20. So we're on the way now to drop off the parcels. I have got 3 parcels as well getting picked up from DPD, and I'm going to talk about them first. So in my last video you saw me clearing out my shed and I had a lot of walkers, so I decided to list most of them. I haven't listed them all, still got the wheelchair. I think I still got a couple of other walkers, but I decided to list a good handful of walkers, I think 4 or 5 in total, and I've sold 3 of them over the weekend. The first one was just a tri-walker. It was chrome, it didn't have a bag, and that sold for £19.99. She wanted a lightweight walker. They're all the same weight really, so hopefully it's light enough for her. You know, I don't think I can get one any lighter than it is anyway. The second one was a 4-wheel walker, and that sold for £29.99. I don't think it's a top quality make. But the last 4-wheel walker I listed a few weeks ago and it sold for £59.99. so yeah, just shows that some walkers do fetch a lot of money, and if you can pick the upright ones where you lean your elbows on, for people who've had like back operations or leg operations, so they can't bend their legs and they've got to stand up all straight, you can get over £100 for them. So in the next couple of days I will list the wheelchair and all the rest, because the Texas Walker Ranger is back. I mean, if I can pick them up for £5 here and there, I will pick them up. Yes, they are awkward to pack, but all you need is a big box. Wrap the walker around in the big box, sellotape it together, get one end, fold it up, or get a bit of cardboard and sellotape it at the bottom, and then stand it up, do the same to the top, and it's done. It's not that hard, it's just a bit fiddly and awkward sometimes. Anyway, I'm gonna drop these parcels off. I will talk about these parcels while I'm walking around the charity shops as well. Make sure you obviously are subscribed to the channel. If you're not, comment down below what you think of my big sale, and if you've ever found anything similar like that, make sure you carry on watching, because yeah, you'll be surprised how much money I made off £1.20. And yeah, we'll see you at the first charity shop. We're at the first charity shop, and this is the independent one. I found some really good items here before. You have to pay cash. T-shirts are 50p on this rail, and jeans and trousers are £1. I haven't found anything. A couple of caramel running tops, but all the labels have been cut out, so that would have been alright for 50p. I could have sold them for about 5 on Vinted. Little travel battleships, 1996. It's sealed as well.
Probably get about 10, 12 quid. I couldn't really speak in that shop because the charity shop is so small, but the Nike Air Force Ones, they only had one out. Went to ask for the other one, they brought it out, and guess what? It was absolutely knackered. So yeah, it was not even worth 3 quid. So gutted, they would have easily been 30 quid, maybe more. But I did get the Battleship game and the Great Britain top for 5 quid. So should make some money on that. But we're outside my favourite shop of all time, Oxfam. I don't even know if I want to go in it because it's so bad. But you never know, we might find something. Don't know why I go in there. As you saw, start of the shop just full of brand new stuff and then overpriced stuff. There was an Adidas t-shirt in there, they wanted 7 quid for it. It was a plain Adidas t-shirt. You could probably buy brand new for that. It's not far off anyway. But I'm going to tell you a few sales on Vinted now. Sold bits and bobs really, nothing really special. Most of the stuff under 10 quid. I'm actually shooting off my phone today, so I'm trying to do it off memory. So I sold a cycling jersey for £10. I sold a bundle for I think 4 quid, some DVDs. I sold a Pokemon plush and a Lord of the Rings book for around about the same price as well. Some old Converse which I never cleaned for £2.10. They've been on my Vinted for about 2 years. Some Scotch and soda chinos that I bought off Gentleman Marketeer for £5. That was plus postage. So yeah, I got something else as well, something for my son. Yeah, they sold for £8. Don't know why people rave about that brand. Doesn't fetch much. And then I sold one of them raw mail like dishes, bit of a bad buy, picked up it all for like 20 or 25 quid. I am in money now, just about, but I think I sold a dish for 5 quid. So yeah, bits and bobs on Vinted, stuff that I don't really care about, stuff that, you know, would have probably gone to the car boot. So it's gone now, so you know, that's all that matters. Just been in another charity shop, there was absolutely nothing. But where I am, I'm in Newport, and this used to be one of the better places around my area to pick up stuff from charity shops. But recently, the best charity shop has been Age UK. Yeah, one of the ones I really hate. Because the last time I came here, I picked up that Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo from South Park, and I sold it for £25. I think I picked it up for 2 or 3 quid. But other than that, it's been really poor. The next one is a Seven Hospice. Probably is the best one here for quality, but they are putting the price up too much. Here we go, £20, £12.50 for some M&S shoes. Lokes, I bet they're 20, 30 quid for 15 quid. Too small. Look at them, they're different. Thistle Shoes Scotland, they're quite nice. They're random. 15 quid. eBay, 19.99. Back face chunky knit jumpers, quarter zips, but £6.50 in this weather. They're not going to sell. Maybe if it is in the winter. Got some Barber, 10 quid. Just won't sell. Kaiser Chiefs, 8 quid. That's a nice knit jumper there. That's a nice knit jumper. 10 quid though. You probably heard it from me and other people on YouTube or on social media. Our charity shops pricing themselves out. I think the big corporations do. because they have so many organisations, they can higher the prices. The independent ones, you know, where it's just in your local area maybe, they seem to be more reasonable prices because, you know, they just don't earn as much money. But thing is, when you're pricing yourself so high, people can just go on the internet and buy it at the right price and get it from there. So another charity shop with nothing in, never usually is. That is more like when it comes to that charity shop, Age UK. I've also got to go to the auction as well because there is a couple of things in there. It's going to be quite a long video this because I am going to another area for charity shops. I've got one more charity shop, then I'm going to quickly pop into the auctions and then go to another area. All this is in like 10-mile radius of me, so when you think about going around charity shops, don't travel miles. I have done, but obviously I do YouTube. For yourself, to save as much money as possible, just go to the local charity shops and don't waste your money on petrol, because nowadays most of the time it's a waste of time. What we got here? Downfall. It's not the older version, but it's still old. Vintage, 1997 I think. £3. You're looking around about £12 for this. But it needs to have all these little counters, so I'm going to check it before I buy it, because without them you can't play the game. All the counters are there, 5 of each, 4 sets. Yeah, nice little purchase, and they sell very quickly. The tea's made by Swamp. They want 20 quid for it, so they have been looking at eBay prices, because these go for around about £35, so there's no profit in it for me. So I'm in the auction now, and the lots I really want to go for, because I think they will go cheap, are board games. They're all vintage, plus a vintage toy by Magic Roundabout. So this is the first spot. I haven't checked out the prices, but vintage board games can go for all sorts. I've sold that before. Operation, old one, Backlash. I've got quite a few vintage board games. I know that goes for £15 just by itself. And this auction doesn't do that good when it comes to board games, so if I can get that for 15 quid, I only need to sell that, and then I've paid for all the rest. The next lot is this. This is a vintage Magic Roundabout playset. So you got Zebedee somewhere, maybe, I don't know. Who calls that? It's not in the best condition. I don't know if it separates, just need a clean up. Then this is the one I really want to go for, mainly because of that and that. These two get for, I think they're around about 25 quid each. And then I haven't even checked any of these out. So these 3 lots, probably worth going for. I don't know about this one though. Also got this. This is Tin Can Alley. But Pepsi collab. You're looking around about 100 quid for this. That will probably go for a lot of money. Got loads of toys. Got loads of Airfix models, they always go a lot. But I've sold this before. And again, it's missing the bullet. But I've sold that. I think I got about 30-40 quid for that. So this stuff will go for a lot. Look at that. I've sold that before. All the collectors will be going for this. This will probably go for a lot. I think this is just being sold by itself, but it is Superman and Corgi. So yeah, loads of cool stuff, but all the old blokes will be bidding for this. So in total, I picked up 3 things from 6 charity shops around here. I am going to some more, but I'm going to be heading back to the car now. Obviously pick up the other 2 items I picked up at the first charity shop, then we'll go to a different area where there's about 3 or 4 charity shops. Sometimes I can pick up some really nice items at one, but unfortunately it's clothing. Scotch and soda, £3, large. Yeah, I'll have that. Have a Crampton Finch. Tommy Hilfiger, a bit pricey in it. North Face. What did I say about Scotch and soda earlier in the video? It's not really worth getting. It is if it's £3. You're looking around about 15 quid for this. So I'm always going to get it. So I just got to butt into this video because, yeah, I forgot to tell you about the biggest sale. I don't know how I forgot. I mentioned it at the end of the video, and that's the only reason I remembered to actually do this bit. So, one of the biggest sales of the weekend, the biggest sale actually of the weekend, was the Jurassic Park Vintage 1992-93 cups. A set of 6. That is the complete set. They are from McDonald's, and they got lovely like drawings on each cup of different sections of the film. Really nice. I picked these up from that random 20p tabletop sale which just popped up, and yeah, I paid £1.20 for them, and I sold them for £89.99 on the same day I listed them. If only we could pick up sales like that every single day. So great sale there, and enjoy the rest of the video. There was 2 more charity shops in this area I went to. Really small, tills right next to where all the stuff that you look at, so I couldn't really film, and there wasn't anything to film anyway. There was really poor, very poor. So far from, I don't even know how many charity shops, probably 8, 9 charity shops, I don't know in total. I've picked up 4 things, and none of these things probably will get over 20 quid. So I've decided to go to my local charity shop, the one around the corner where I've picked up lots of good stuff recently. I get on with the manager and the staff. They know what I do. I live in Shropshire, so one of the charities around here that's nowhere else is called Seven Hospice, and they've got quite a few charity shops in the area. So in the area I lived, in the town, in the towns around us, and yeah, in general, really good charity shops. But what I want you to do is get in the comments and let me know if you have like a charity shop company where it's not a big branded one, it's only in your area, and if they are all different. So the Seven Hospice charity shops around in my county are all different. I think that going to one of them would be exactly the same as the next one. It isn't. Obviously different areas will have better stock or worse stock, but you think the pricing and the structure of how these shops work would be all the same, but they're not. They're all different, and I don't know why. If I was running a charity shop company, I'd have set policies for every single charity shop. So if one charity shop is doing this, every single charity shop is doing this. So for instance, there's something been on the shop for 2 weeks, it gets reduced by 50% straight away, right? If it's still there after a week after, reduce it again, and it should go. But they don't seem to do it. The one I'm going to now is one of the only charity shops in this franchise that does it. Everything goes down by 50%, I think, on certain things, because I've seen it, like certain clothing I've seen, and I'm like, oh, that's a bit pricey. If that was half the price, I would pick it up. And then what do I see in a couple of weeks? It's half price, because no one wants to buy it for that price, and then I pick it up.
if I'm lucky enough. Then if it doesn't still sell and it's more like hard goods, you know, like crockery, games, furniture, anything like that, it all goes out the front. So if it's decent weather, they put all the like bits and bobs that haven't sold for ages out the front. So you're looking at 50p to £1 at max. And that's, I think, the best way to run a charity shop. Time and time again, we see charity shops having the notice on the window or on a board saying we can't take any more donations. And that's because they got so much stock and they can't get rid of it. The reason why is because they overprice stuff and they want to try and get as much money as possible. I understand when they get something decent and try and get some good money for it, but it's the things that no one wants that hang around more. So it'll be the stuff like Primark, George, or F&F and stuff like that, and they're trying to get like £3 for it, £4 for it, you know, and it's just a t-shirt or jumper. Just stick it on for £1. You might sell it, you know, if somebody wants just a plain t-shirt for £1 and it's in good condition, you know, it'll probably sell. But then again, it might not do, because people go into charity shops to get stuff that they maybe can't afford to buy brand new in a shop. So like a designer make, even stuff like Marks and Spencer's, it's very expensive to buy Marks and Spencer stuff brand new. But in a charity shop, you can get it for what, 5, 6, 7 quid. You can get a Marks and Spencer suit for a tenner or less. God knows how much they are brand new. So yeah, I just don't get it why they just don't sell stuff cheaper. They are getting stuff in, day out, and it's one of them things I think will never ever change. But I don't think certain companies have policies like that. I think they give the manager the right to do what they want. Like I said, the one I'm going to now, she is awesome as a manager. They even gave me discounts on big bundles. They're that good, you know, and they know they want to get rid of the stuff as quick as possible because it's all free, you know. They have targets to get, and sometimes if somebody's coming in like a reseller like me and I'm like, well, I'm going to spend 50, 60 quid in here, they'll probably give it me a bit of a discount just because I'm buying so much stock. Or, you know, I'd say, oh, I really like that top, or I'll wait for it to go down in price, and they'll say, well, we'll knock it down in price now for you. And that's because I've got a good relationship with this charity shop. But why aren't all the other charity shops following suit? I have just been in 2 Seven Hospices today, and you saw the prices of one in the shoes and all that, 20, 30 quid for a pair of trainers, a pair of shoes, but they never reduce stuff. Why aren't the owners of this company saying, right, after 2 weeks, reduce it by 0.5%? We want to get as much stock in as possible. And the reason why they should do this, they will probably make more money in the long run. Just because you're reducing something by 50% doesn't mean you're not going to make as much money. Because if you're selling more, that means you don't have to put a sign up to actually stop people bringing stuff in. If you're overpricing stuff like your cheap makes, and you're overpricing something because it's got a label like a Ralph Lauren label, no one's going to buy it. So then they have to put a notice up saying we can't accept any more items. If they reduced it or put it at decent prices where everybody's happy, more items would come in. And guess what? You probably will make a lot more money. But if you keep the items high and you don't reduce them, you're going to be missing out on a lot of good stuff. Somebody could be coming to the shop to drop off a load of stuff which is sought after. It could be a load of designer gear which is worth minimum of 30, 40 pound. It could be a load of cameras which are worth 100 pound, but you could sell them in the charity shop for like 60, 70 pound. But they wouldn't be accepting them because They're too bothered about getting £3 on a George top. So let me know in the comments what your charity shops are like around your area.
Nothing special, but for £3. Vintage board game, probably 1980s. So, I don't know. It's got to be £10 to £15 for that. Absolutely nothing in there. It must be just one of them days. It was quite empty in there actually, to be honest. That marble, what it was, Staying Alive game, had one piece missing. I actually did check. She let me check because without certain bits in certain games, you can't really play it. It had a couple of marbles missing. So for me to sell on, it's really impossible most of the time. Like the game here, which I picked up with Downfall earlier, I actually checked. So if you are thinking about buying board games, just open them up and check them, because without certain pieces, you're not going to sell the game, especially vintage ones, because they want it to play the game. Before I go, I've got a couple of more sales to go through. Nothing special. I've been sorting out a box of wires and chargers. So I got all these like chargers together. They're like just pinned chargers, you know, no namers and stuff like that. Sold them for £8, I think, or £7 for about 10 chargers. Not really worth anything. But they sold on eBay. So guys, let me know how this video is for you. Would you like me to do the videos like this from now on, where I'm going out and telling you the actual items while I'm going around charity shops to break it up a bit? Or would you like me just to do a separate video of a what sold video? So yeah, let me know in the comments, obviously, what I asked you before and about this video. And if I get enough comments, I'll probably stick to this. It's a bit easier. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to do a what sold video when I want to show the items. But of course, I sold 3 walkers over the weekend. I'm not really going to show you the walkers. I want them to go and get packed, because when you do a video for YouTube and you do a what sold video, you obviously usually show the actual item, and then after the video's done, I pack them. I'd still be packing the items if I showed you the walkers, and it's not really worth my time when I could just stick up a picture on the screen, and yeah, in the end of the day, it's only a walker. But yeah, guys, had some nice sales. The Jurassic Park Cups was by far the best sale of the weekend, just because it was a random little tabletop sale on a Friday, which was weird. Didn't even know about it until that morning. Round the corner from my son's school, so I was going there anyway. And I picked up a £90 item for £1.20. Crazy. Just shows that you'd never know what's just going to come in front of you. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like it, subscribe if you're new, and also comment down below on the questions I asked you in this video.